Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Crafted Cakes and Desserts. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any of my delicious uploads. In this video, we will be making this decadent pecan pie cinnamon roll. So make sure you gather your ingredients in the description box below so we can get started.
Pour 1 cup of warm whole milk that's between 100 and 115 degrees Fahrenheit into your mixing bowl. To that, add in 1 package of active dry yeast and sprinkle about 1 teaspoon of sugar in your mixing bowl to make sure the yeast has something to feed on. Stir your yeast and warm milk lightly and let it sit for about 5 minutes until it becomes frothy. I sped this portion up 16 times just to show you how frothy mine became. This is when I knew it was ready for me to add the rest of the ingredients. Add 1 large room temperature egg to your mixing bowl, then a half a stick of melted unsalted butter, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/3 cup of sugar. Add your dough hook and mix on low for about 1 minute just to combine all of your ingredients. Start adding your flour 1 cup at a time. You can use between 3 to 4 cups of flour in this recipe. I only used 3.5 cups, but it can fluctuate depending on the temperature in your home. You just want to make sure your finished product is a little sticky, but not too sticky and not too firm. You want the consistency sort of like melted mozzarella cheese. So when your dough finishes, it'll pull and look similar to mozzarella cheese. Once you have incorporated all of your flour, let your dough knead for about 5 to 7 minutes. This is what I meant about the consistency of mozzarella cheese. You see how it's kind of stringy and stretchy, but not too sticky and firm. This is the consistency you want in your dough. Lightly dust your work surface with flour and remove your dough from your mixing bowl. Knead your dough about 10 times or until it becomes smooth. Put your dough in a bowl and drizzle a little vegetable oil on it. Make sure you coat all of your dough with the vegetable oil. Get a towel and place it over the bowl. Set it in a draft-free area in your home and let it rise for about 1.5 hours. On to our filling. We will need 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, 1/4 cup of sugar, and 3/4 cup of packed dark brown sugar. Mix this well and set it aside for later. Our dough has been rising for about 1.5 hours. Look at that. It has doubled in size. So what you want to do is just press lightly into the dough to release some of the gas bubbles. Lightly dust your work surface if needed with a little flour, and take your dough out and roll it out into a rectangular shape. You want to roll it out to about 15 by 12 inches or so. I'm using my hands to stretch it out a bit, and then I will get my rolling pin and roll it out even further. Since we are finished rolling out our dough, you want to get a half a stick of very soft butter and scrape it on your dough. Now it's time to sprinkle our cinnamon sugar all over the dough. Starting at the edge, roll your dough tightly until you get to the end. At this step, you can either pinch your dough together or rub a little water on the ends of your dough and just rub it on your roll. I'm cutting my dough in 12, but if you want a little more, you can get about 16 cinnamon rolls out of this recipe. Just cut them as even as possible. Place your cinnamon rolls in a 9 by 13 inch pan. I have parchment paper at the bottom of it, but I decided to remove that before I started baking my cinnamon rolls. We have to let our cinnamon rolls rise one more time before we cook them. So put a towel over your pan and let it sit for about 30 minutes. This is what it looks like after it has been sitting for about 30 minutes. You see it's poofy, and we'll put it in our oven for 20 minutes. Our cinnamon rolls are not finished cooking. We want to pour our pecan pie filling on top of all of the cinnamon rolls. Make sure you get a nice coating. I have the link in the description box below on how you make this recipe. I paired it with my cheesecake. So go check out that video. You want to place it back in the oven for another 7 minutes or until your filling start to set and bubble a little bit. Okay, my cinnamon rolls have baked for another 7 minutes, and look at that, y'all. I needs to try this cinnamon roll. So I am getting the one right in the middle. This is the one I like the most. Some people like the outer ones, but I like the middle ones. Okay, now it's time to try this cinnamon roll. Look at it. You just can't take your eyes off of it. I had to make sure I took a big bite. Don't forget to try this recipe. Also, don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment in the comment section. And if you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting on? Hit that button. I'll see y'all in the next video. See y'all.